everyone, I have another video for today, and today I'm actually talking about the filter gallery which is present here in my filters. So filter gallery has a lot of options and you can actually apply them one after the other for the same thing, and then you can choose whichever filter do you prefer. So the first thing is this is some of my pictures, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. All of them are of different colors and different lightings, so none of them are similar to each other. The first thing what I will do is, as usual, make a copy of your layer. So this is my layer. I'll say Control and J so that I get a copy of it. Since this was locked, so the new layer is taken as layer 1. Now what I'll do is I'll go to my filter and then I'll go for filter gallery. It will actually take me into another window where I have a ton of options which I can pick from. Now I'll just go for Control minus so that I can have my entire picture. Okay, so this is my picture here. Now if you can see, there are so many effects here. There are some artistic effects, there are some brush strokes, there are distort and everything. Whichever effect if you prefer, like if I go for artistic and if I prefer colored pencils, it's already been applied and it looks like as if you have some scratches and stuffs onto your screen, so it's not gonna be so clear and fine, but yeah, to some extent it gives you that kind of effect. Now if I want to give a dry brush kind of effect, so yeah, this is how the dry brush effect looks like. It's just like as if the strokes are done with very different. Next I can go for the film grainy so that it looks like more grainy kind of finish, where you imagine the picture is taken in the deep like bright light. Next, this is the neon glow effect. Is you might have seen some of the things are like, usually you might have seen nowadays the posters are being designed as orange and blue, red and blue, purple, all neon colors, like double color exposures and all photo manipulations have been done. So for that you can use this, and yeah, see the effect of this picture. Imagine if I have to put this on somebody's face, it will look a very nice effect and it can be used for your social media. So those were your artistic ones. You can try out each and every one. So now if I go for the sponge effect, it will be like as if a damping kind of thing. See, all of them are like more smudgy kind of effect, but you can actually go for mask also, like select a particular area and apply the effect only on that. So those were some of the artistic ones. Now if I go to, these are all similar to that, but I'll just show you one of them, that is ink outlines. So what does this ink outline does is, he just gives an outline to your object. See, like this, as if he tried to put an outline to it. Now see, if I increase my stroke length, see, I'm increasing my stroke length, so what will be the new effect onto it? So anyhow, he's processing down, you can see it here. So yeah, so what happens is when you increase your stroke length, and now if I increase its intensity, see, I'm totally increasing it more and it becoming more black and black, so it means it's getting deeper and deeper. Light intensity, if I just go and increase my light intensity, so it's like the white areas among the black is getting more exposed. So now what happens is the black is becoming more black and the whites are becoming more white. So that is your ink outline. After that I'll go for the next one, that is distort. You have only 3 main. I'll show you what is ocean ripples. So whenever you pick anyone, and yeah, ocean ripples is like it actually disperses all the effect. It is very nice effect if you want to give on to the background and somebody's face, you just mask it so that this effect is not applied onto that, and the entire background has been dispersed, like your edges of your skin has been dispersed to it. You can go for the sizes and the magnitude. Now see, if I increase the magnitude of dispersion, you can see this laptop and the screen and the cup is totally like submerged, and it's more like a frost glass kind of effect. Next you have sketches. Sketches is all like black and white basically. If I go for the photocopy, means it's like your negative. It's a very nice effect when you try to put it on somebody's face, like a silhouette kind of effect it will give. And you can go for, now see, the detail is very less, and if I increase the detailing, so the more things pop up in your drawing. So you can use this as your some of your pictures where you have more than 1 or 2 people and you just want it to be have the outline of it, something like that. That is your sketching. Next, if I go for stylize, it's only one stylize, that is glowing edge. This is something like a contour, the contour edge in your stylize filter. I've already spoke about all the filters present in the stylize. I will leave a link on the top which you can go and view that, where I have explained each and every filter in the detail with the settings and changes also. Next, you can see the edge is only 2. If I increase the edge width, what happens is I try to bring in more colors, like each and every point becomes more precisely, and more of these things will be pop out. So that is your stylize. Next is your texture. Texture is just like, you can go for either a patchwork which behaves like box and box, so the size is very small. Now in case if I increase the size, and the processing is actually happening below. Okay, so now then you can go for a relief. So now if I increase the relief, it will be like more convenient to your drawing. Next you can go for the stainless glass. It's like more brick finish. See, it looks something like this. It's a very nice thing if you're trying to apply for a background which is more like a sand finish or something that is greeny and garden finish, and you have your body, or I'm sorry, your model or your picture in front of it. So this effect gives a very nice exposure, or if you can say a very nice outlook from the background when you apply something. You can actually increase their sizes. So now right now it is on the 10, and when I increase, see, it gives, see, we are not cared about what the items are there, but the combination of colors and what actually I'm getting as output, it gives a lot of things. Now if I increase the border thickness, it becomes thicker and thicker. So what happens is now more precise it is. Now my lightness intensity is very small. Now what if I say my lightness intensity? So it brings more bright to your work. See, it actually turned into a complete new kind of background for me, which I can use for my different purposes. So yeah, if any of these you like, and you can just need to say yes, and that effect has been applied onto your picture. So that is one effect. So now what happens if I want to apply this effect on one more picture, then I have to again duplicate it. So what if I want to apply more than one effect onto the same picture and just use as a toggle so that I can see the effect, or if I want to apply another effect onto this, then again I have to go back to my filters, and I cannot go back, I cannot pick and interchange among them. So what I'll do is I'll go for another picture, and I'll go for the picture of this dog, and I'll go for Control J, that is duplication of your layer. I'll go back to my filter and take filter gallery. I'll pick one filter from each of them. So first of all, from this I will pick the paint dubs filter. So I'll just go for minus so that it is cleanly visible. I think it went too much. So now what if I pick any of these? So I'll take a poster edge. So this is how the poster edge look like. It's like a painting finish or something. I'll increase a little edge to it, and I'll give a little intensity to it, and I'll give a little posterization. It's like a more finish to it. I think my edge thickness I'll reduce, and I'll reduce a little edge intensity also so that I can see it more clearly. Yeah, and posterization I'll increase a little. Yeah, fine. So now it's looking good because I need it more like a subtle and blended effect, and I'll say done. So that effect is applied. So again the same case it is, like one by one I need to apply. So what I'll do is I right click and make it into a smart object. Okay, so now this is a smart object. Now I'll go back to my filter and gallery, and I will apply another effect onto it. So I've already finished applying my artistic. This time I'll go to my brush. So I just go for minus minus so that I can see him clearly. You can see the poster effect is like this. I will apply my ink outlines. It's similar to the effect, but this is how it comes. So in your ink outlines, you stroke your dark intensity. I'll reduce my dark intensity. I want him to be a little brighter, and then I'll reduce my light intensity so that, yeah, because the background is more darker. And then now if I want to apply one more effect, you can see there is an option called as plus. I'll put a plus. It means that now I can have two. So one is already ink, and this one I will go to distort and add glass effect. So now it has like one single picture has two different effects now. So one is glass effect and one is your ink effect. Now if I say okay, since it's a smart object, this is my smart filter. Now if I switch it off, it is same as the previous filter what I had applied, and switch it on, this is the effect. Now in case it takes time for rendering, and yeah, now in case if I double click onto this filter, it will take me back to the same box, and here I can pick which filter I need to keep and which filter I don't need to keep. If it's there anyone which I need to remove, I can select and delete it and it will be gone. Now what I want is, this is my filter already applied and this is my original picture which is at the back right now, it's not visible. I want this to be like an overlay onto it. It does not give completely like that, but a kind of effect to be there. So I've already taught you about this option in my previous filters, because if it's a smart object, a smart filter works which has a return back option where you can go back and change the effects. But if you directly apply these effects onto a picture, you don't have that option. So it's like a step back for pictures, and it's like a go-to options for this. So now double click onto this and I'll get a small box popped out which will be telling me whether I need to change the layer modes or the opacity. So this is what it looks. If you really want to see how it actually looks, you can just zoom out. What I'll do is I'll reduce some of my opacity, so I'll make it something halfway in my opacity, okay, and then I'll make it overlay. Okay, so now what happens is my filter which I worked on the layer has become like a mode onto my original. So this is the original and this becomes the mode onto it. Okay, I've not done anything onto this picture. Even now if I select this, now see, if I just shut down my both of my filters, it is just the previous filtered image. So this is the previous image what I had added the effect. So now what are these is, these are changeable stuff. You can keep them or you can remove them and still your image will be as it was before. So that is one way where you can add it multiple times. Your effects and your filter gallery will work. If you really just want to do it once time, then it's okay. Don't change your picture into a smart object and you will finish it up. But the thing is, when you go for photo manipulations and stuff, you need it for multiple purposes. And if you want to apply to any other image, so I'll just take this image because it has multiple colors and I'll make a duplicate of it. And then once it's duplicate, right click and convert it into smart object. Okay, good for you. Now what I'll do is apply multiple one by one. So I'll go here, filter gallery, and I will just apply one by one. I'll go to an artistic one and I'll apply the watercolor. And I'll say okay. So actually I think it has it. I'll just double click onto it and go back because I have already the ink outline into it, so which I need to remove. I just need to keep it into water. I'll just give a little more texture because I want it to look like water brush, and I'll just say finish. So he's applying. Until he apply, this is my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my channel, share it and like it, and if you really feel it's worthy for the content what I've putting, you can even share it with your people. And you can follow me and I'll keep on updating my artworks, my upcoming videos and everything. I have already done one of my series, that is series 1 for the beginners, and this is also for beginners, because if you are already anybody, it's not telling that only beginners should learn, but yeah, a beginner can learn this, it's for them especially. But if for someone who is already known for Photoshop and they just want to brush up their knowledge onto it, you can have a watch. And it's growing time for me. I have come up from series 1 to series 2 with lots of support which I've got to you. It made me build up so that I can make another series and come up with you. I usually put a lot of efforts and think what to do and what to not, how to put. I'm actually learning more and more every time, and I've got a lot of suggestions from my video 1, which is a plus point for me that people are interested in that, and I've tried to apply all of them in this series. And in case if I'm not able to apply something, or if you want to give some more new suggestions, do let me know in my comment section. I've even leave my email in my description. My Instagram account is also mentioned there. You can personally DM me or you can message me there, or you can even give a comment and I will surely respond it to your comments. And because they are, each comment is like a gem for me, because some people are interested and they pay a small part of their time for me, and that is to comment it, to like it, or to subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much again, and I'll come back to the topic. So I've just applied one of my smart filter here, and I'll go back to my filters and again go back to filter gallery, and this time it's already there, this Inktober. Just take him out and I'll apply the sketch. I'll go to sketch and I'm thinking to apply the base relief kind of effect. Yeah, this one. And I'll say okay. Alright, so what has happened here is now there are two filters applied to it. See, this is one of my filters, so each one will be different, so I can pick which filter to keep on my screen and which filter to remove. Okay, this is the old one. Now if I switch this off and switch this on, the new filter what has come up, and yeah, this is what he's giving me the effect. It's a very cool effect. It is like, it's not a complete black, but it's like more of a bevel or a contours to your drawings, and it will look like totally different. See, it's not like it's gonna put this color. Okay, it's totally up to you, and it only works with the way how your filters are working. Alright, so this is where you can pick which color to keep or which filter to keep and which filter to not. So what I'm thinking is I'll keep both my filters on, but this filter I'll make it like a little lower opacity so that he can give his effect onto the below thing. So this is the one, and I'll double click here because he's on the top. That's the reason I can recognize he's the one who is showcasing now, because the previous filter is below. And yeah, and here what I'll do is I'll reduce its opacity very less, a little more than what is original, because I want it to be like a shadow kind of finish where your stuffs are there and they are clearly visible, but it's like a color combination on top. So this is the different ways where you can use your filter gallery onto a picture, onto a smart object, and even for your other text and stuffs which is already been created and you just want to work with different effects and filters. Photoshop is a vast subject. They are much more known to it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and if you enjoyed it, it's like a happy smile for me. And I just want you to say, like, if you really liked my video and you feel like yes, I am worthy for your time, just leave a happy smile in the comment for me, so that I should feel that yes, somebody is happy from my work. So for that one single smile of yours, I will come back again and try to give you something new. So till then, thank you so much.